Holly Spears is calling, and she's on the air right now. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Apologies. Technical issues, a little hiccup, if you will. But I'm glad to
That's
have you
okay.
on. Holly Spears, singer songwriter, is on the air right here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. I first heard of you through Reverb Nation. I like to
Very
scroll.
cool.
I like to scroll down of who's performing in my area. I live in Lexington, Kentucky, and you was at Lexington recently, and I was trying to get there to meet you in person, but to no avail on my part. Um, but hopefully I get another chance in the future. But you got a lot of stuff going on. You got some shows coming up. Before we get
Yeah.
before we get into all of that, how did you get started as a singer songwriter?
Okay. Well, when I was younger, I was very introverted and I loved writing stories. And then I learned how to play piano very early and then decided I wanted to play guitar. And I just sat in my room every night after school, pretty much locked myself in there and just loved playing and coming up with stories that went with the music that I was making up. And then I interned at a radio station, and then I ended up meeting a singer from the band Blessed Union of Souls that was big out in the 90s on the top 40s chart. And he taught me more about, different structures of songs and, how to make things rhyme without sounding cheesy. And he just kind of really built into me, and I just kept writing and writing and writing. And now I have, I don't know, a handful of CDs out from pop, rock, country. I have a bunch of different genres, and I've kind of learned along the way. When I lived in Nashville, I wrote with different songwriters and learned different techniques, and just kind of pay attention to, what the popular thing is out now. Sometimes you learn things listening to other artists that you don't copy them, but you pick on something that they're doing, like repeating a line or that kind of stuff. I just kind of pay attention now to what's going on around me and to see what comes out naturally.
I like that. I like your versatility as well. I played the song of yours, "Farm Girl." Um, definitely fits the type of music that you're doing, and it's definitely the type of songs you got to play outside, very loud. Um, play in a farm nonetheless, and definitely I like to play all types of music on this show. I like to interview all types of artists, and and I'm glad to have you on. Um, as far as music influences, it could be local artists, it could be mainstream artists. Who do you consider some of your musical influences?
Early on, I would say it'd have to be Sheryl Crow, Alanis Morissette, Jewel, a lot of the 90s chick singers and off pop radio. But now, I'd say Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, um, Carly Pierce. I kind of like to look at the new female singers that are coming out on country radio, because it's kind of neat to see them come from, say the regional artist and then become a more well-known artist. It's kind of neat to watch that happen for people, because I know how much a marathon the music business is. So I kind of pay attention to mainly the chick singers, but I like, let's see, Chris Stapleton is actually, I would say, my favorite artist right now. He's just amazing, rawly talented, and just a good, down-to-earth kind of guy. So I really like him too. But I also grew up listening to Garth Brooks and Hank Williams Jr. With my brothers. That's who their favorite singers were. And so I got a really strong alto voice from singing along with those guys. So I like, old and new, and just I really like just talented people. So if they're, you just notice a spark about somebody, I like to watch them and then just see how they like to play music, write music, live, tour. So I just kind of watch who's doing what I think is, right and good, and they're just talented. I just love watching to see how they do things.
Chris Stapleton is on a roll these past couple of years.
And the cool thing about him is he was out way before anybody heard him on the radio. Like, I lived in Nashville in 2011, well, a couple different times, but that when I was down there that time, everyone kept saying, "Oh, you got to see Chris Stapleton." So I went out to Hard Rock, and it was packed. Like, I'm pretty sure it was sold out. And then I went up, met him, got, a picture with him, and told him he's amazing. And then, he was recording at the same studio I recorded at, and they brought it in and let us listen because they're like, listen to this Chris Stapleton take. He just did it in, like, one take. He's phenomenal. So, like, everybody in Nashville knew who he was for forever before he came around the mountain. And, he was writing for everybody down there and then came out with his own albums, and he's an amazing singer on top of a songwriter. So he's definitely on a roll, and he definitely deserves it.
He's definitely known in Nashville. He's also known here in my neck of the woods, current neck of the woods in Kentucky, and we are just so very, 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 very proud of him, of what he's been able to accomplish thus far, and he's got many more big years to come. I mean, he actually, I think he and his wife gave birth to some new
twins.
Twins.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it to the awards, so because he had to be there with the wifey, and I say respect to that brother. So happy for him. Congrats.
Yeah.
So
that really spoke about his character too, of choosing to go to the hospital with his wife. I thought that was really cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. So you've had quite a 2018 so far. You got a lot going on. Talk about some of the events you have coming up as far as shows and anything else out there that people need to keep an eye on.
Okay. Well, I just had a really great time. You said that you missed the show down in Lexington. I was at the Kentucky Horse Park singing at Road to the Horse. I'm really getting into horse. I'm also working on a Liberty show with my horse where I'll be singing and she'll be doing Liberty tricks around me. So I'm kind of really getting into the horse events. But I'll be back down there, I think it's in June. The Extreme Mustang Makeover is going to be down there, and I'll be playing a VIP party if people like to get VIP tickets and watch the horse show. And then I play at wineries around. I play at Elk Creek Winery down in Owenton, Kentucky. I play at Brianza Winery in Crittenton, Kentucky, and Atwood Winery. It's around northern Kentucky also. I really like playing pretty places. I've been singing for a very long time now, and I've played all types of venues. But I found that I really enjoy playing pretty venues or horse shows because I'm really into horses now, and I just love animals. So any, farm-type atmosphere. I'm actually sitting out by my little barn right now because I just transitioned some chickens out to their summer home. But if you check out hollyspears.com, you can see my calendar where I'll be playing. I play a lot around northern Kentucky right now because I have a 7-month-old that we're really excited that we had. And I used to travel 5 days a week all over the place, like just everywhere. But I'm not opposed to going to different states. It just has to make sense, So, but yeah, if you go to hollyspears.com, check out the calendar and pick where you'd like to come see me. And then if anybody is interested in really like having me at an event, they can email me at booking@hollyspears.com, and I would love to come play if it makes sense.
That's awesome. So hollyspears.com is the link when you get more info on Holly and her music, upcoming shows. I want to talk about this song, Farm Girl. Talk about recording that song and what's it all about.
Okay, so I grew up in West Virginia. We had a farm. And so this song, specifically, Farm Girl, it encompasses parts of my growing up on a farm, and then I also thought of my niece, who's a real strong country girl, and then my the girl that has taught me how to ride my horse. She's a real, strong, sassy country girl also. So it encompasses the three of us and feeding and taking care of the animals. There's also a music video if you want to kind of see what I'm talking about. If you go to YouTube and look up Holly Spears Farm Girl, it's filmed locally at the Benton Family Farm, and then some at the stable where I keep my horse, and it includes some of my music students because I teach music in my studio 3 nights a week, voice, guitar, and piano. So you'll see some of my music students. My husband's in the video. He's shooting things. And my horse and some of my animals, my rabbits and chickens and different things. But I've recorded it in Nashville. I went down to lay down a demo of it. And the producer said, Holly, you should really get this to some, like, main country artist because it could be on country radio. And I told my husband that. He said, well, no, you're going to record it then. So I ended up recording it. It came out very quickly. Like, well, one line of it came out a while before the rest of the song. It just kind of came to my head, and I put it in my phone, and then came back to it, and the rest of the song just laid out. So it just it's really catchy and upbeat and kind of a fun radio song. And it ended up going to number 10 on a New Music Weekly, internet and main country charts, and then it got me to number 6 on the top 30 country indie artists on the New Music Weekly charts. So for an indie artist, I think, that's pretty good. I mean, it was on a chart with Garth Brooks when he came out with his new song. So, that was like a really cool, surreal moment, growing up singing Garth Brooks songs, and then he's on a chart that I'm on. So that was a pretty cool moment. But, it's just a fun song, so hopefully you'll check it out. It's available on iTunes. So hope you like it.
I definitely like it, and I like it so much that recently I just started getting into Spotify, and they give you the option to add songs to playlists and everything. And I'm just getting familiar with it. I don't have the paid version. I just do the free version because I like listening to songs before I buy them. Just see what I like or not. And, you are now a guest on the show, and, I'm going to start adding songs from different artists on playlists. So, and you are the first that I'm telling this to, so I'm going to start adding Farm Girl on the playlist from 2018 interview guests. So I will be adding the song to a playlist from Spotify.
Well, very cool.
So I'll be putting it out there all over social media feeds, and go check out the song, go check out the video, and it's definitely a good time, with the spring weather actually turning into spring weather, and people can, we all kind of like in the 60 degrees, which is a lot better given that, up in the Midwest and the South, we've had some snow, which is a bit depressing, to say the least. But the weather is looking a little bit spring, so that's very encouraging. Now, do you currently live in Cincinnati, Ohio?
No, I live in northern Kentucky, but my phone number is Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh,
I lived in Cincinnati off and on for 10 years, so that's where you get that from.
oh, okay.
And then I used to live in Nashville.
I used to live in Cincinnati, like back in the 1990s. My family did. As a matter of fact, in the state of Ohio for like 11 years. 7 with Cincinnati, 4 with Columbus. And just 3 or 4 years ago, I just started supporting local music and indie music more. And this show has become a platform from indie artists and local artists and giving them a platform. So anyone within the Ohio and Kentucky realm is good with me. So,
Oh, cool.
but the
Very cool. Yeah, I lived in all parts of Cincinnati off and on for many years, in between moving to Nashville a few times and West Virginia, back where my whole family lives. So I really, I love the Cincinnati skyline. It's my favorite. I love sitting down at Newport on the Levee and looking at the skyline.
yes, I like that. I like the zoo, and apparently Cincinnati is known for the chili. Can't forget about the chili.
Yes.
My family eats it every now and then.
Yeah, that's the first place I was ever taken, with Skyline when the first time I ever came to Cincinnati. My old mentor from Blessed Union of Souls took me. He said, I've got to take you there, because I came up to record. So, yeah, definitely. Skyline chili. Wait, are you Skyline or Gold Star?
I am a Skyline type of guy.
Okay.
So,
cool.
So, and Holly, it was great chatting with you. I want to
Thank
you
you
for being on the show. Everybody check out Holly Spears. Check out the song Farm Girl. Check out her website, hollyspears.com. And no, she is in no relation with Britney Spears whatsoever.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, no disrespect to Britney, but no relation whatsoever. Holly, it was great chatting with you. Continued success, and I will keep an eye on the Lexington shows that you will be performing at, and hopefully I'll actually get to meet you face to face.
Well, that would be great. Thank you so much for having me.